What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Champs, and welcome to Week 5 of the SPDA Basketball Division, where this week it's actually going to be Rivals Week on none other than our good friend and extremely talented coach, Kason and the Toronto Razor Leafs. After the first season of Luxury Ball, we both have been very excited for this game, as this time I don't have my mono normal team, so Kason's going to see the true might of the Milwaukee Meta Champs. Plop! My opponent's team consists of Greninja, Cinderace, Ogerpon Cornerstone, Landorus Therian, Archaludon, Pelipper, and Iron Leaves that can turn into an Electric Fire or Fighting type, Revavroom, a Poliwrath that can turn into a Water Ghost or Stellar type, and finally a Wigglytuff to round things out. So yes, it's pretty obvious this week we're going up against the Resident Rain team, and while thankfully there is no Palafin on this squad, Greninja, Terror, Poliwrath, and Archaludon in the rain is still extremely terrifying, not to mention Pokemon like Iron Leaves, Cinderace, and Revavroom as well. This is definitely going to be a really tough matchup, but let's see what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. We've got a rather funky Ting-Lu set this week, as it's none other than Manual Sun and Spikes on a team that has Cinderace. Thankfully, Blastoise is the perfect switch into Cinderace, so if he tries to take advantage of the Sun, he's going to have a hard time breaking through Big Man Blastoise. Torrentee is here to land hits and deal damage, Life Orb Ogerpon looks absolutely phenomenal once the faster Mons go down, and the combination of Terra Electric, Glastrier, and Raikou are here to bring the house down. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page, where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all my battles, as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support that you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Also, full transparency, this battle is going to have minimal cuts and edits to help me save time, so I apologize in advance. However, this is a battle with Kason, so it's absolutely worth the hype. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head into the battle. Alright, let's freaking do it, baby! Not gonna lie, I just realized I forgot to switch. I was adjusting my team last minute and I forgot to give Ogerpon the Muscle Band over the Life Orb. But it is what it is. We're just not gonna click U-turn. We're just not gonna click U-turn, it's fine. And at the very least it'll do more damage and maybe it'll save me, you never know. Okay, so we're gonna see Gren, we're gonna see Iron Leaves, we're gonna see Archaludon, we're gonna see Lando, we're gonna see Pelipper, we're gonna see Poliwrath. Okay, I was wondering if the rain was gonna come to this game. I'm very glad not to see Cinderace. Do they have any hazard removal? Aside from Defog with Pelipper, I don't think so. And yeah, so this is definitely a rain-heavy team. That's fine by me. I'm tempted. I think I lead... Do I lead Hawkeye here? I think Hawkeye's a pretty decent lead. Both the Terra Captains are here. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I guess there's not really any reason for me not to lead with this. I could also lead Raikou. Raikou's a pretty free lead here as well. But I think I'm going to lead Hawkeye here. And we are going to see what happens here. Good luck, have fun to my opponent as always. And without any further ado, let's freaking do this. If I can set up Spikes with Ting-Lu as soon as possible, that's best case scenario for me. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And we're going to have a good time. Let's see, let me adjust my calcs real quick. Life Orb, because Ogerpon is still holding the Life Orb, in this case, it's kind of nice. I'm not even going to lie. Let's see. The thing that scares me the most, Terra Ghost Poliwrath could be an issue because of the fact that Blastoise wouldn't be able to touch it. It can only yawn, and I'm sure it has Water Absorb and all that fun stuff. We're going to see Dame. That's going to be the Gren. So that's very interesting. I'm kind of surprised to see the Gren as the lead. So that tells me maybe it's Focus Sash. Let's see. Greninja. Let's assume your Battle Bond. Ice Beam is doing a big chunk of damage, but also you don't want to take a U-turn here. So I think I'm just going to click U-turn. I think I just threatened this thing out. We're going to see a Toxic Spikes, and they are going to change it to the Poison type, so that's fine. I think here I can just go into... I'm very glad I went Blastoise now. So, let's see. I think here what I do... Yeah, I just go to Blastoise, and I'm just going to click Spin. I could click Yawn here. I think I'm just going to click Spin, though, for free, just in case Poliwrath tries to come in and Terra Ghost on me. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go into Gary here. Let's go, Gary! Let's go, Gary! I am Heavy Duty Boots. I'm very glad I'm Heavy Duty Boots now. I'm just going to spin. I can spin here for free just because I can and I want to. We are going to see the hard swap here. My guess is either Archaludon or Poliwrath comes in. Let's see. It's Joe Kick. That's going to be the Archaludon. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to fire off our Rapid Spin. I want to keep this thing as healthy as possible, so I think what I'm going to do here... I could go into Spec. I don't think I do that. I think I can go into... Let's see. I knew Archaludon was going to be a big threat. I'm trying to figure out what I want to go into here. I guess I could go back into Hawkeye. Is there a reason I don't go into Hawkeye here? Let's see. Archaludon. Assuming you're, let's say, this just for fun. Draco Meteor is still going to do 62 to 73%. Focus Blast is going to nuke you if I land it. So I'm going to go into Hawkeye here. I could be making a mistake here. We'll see. I'm not too sure how I feel about this whole thing, but it's fine. At the very least, we got the rabbit spin off, so nothing can be poisoned. We're gonna see an iron defense. I made the right play. Okay. So I can just go for a focus blast here and just nuke this thing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And my opponent really doesn't have that great of a switching into it. So we're just going to click focus blast. We're going to click focus blast for free because we can and we want to. And we land our focus blast. Bada bing, bada boom. Hiya! That's a dead Archaludon. Let's go. Oh, crit. I'm so sorry. That crit mattered. That crit absolutely mattered. 100% of the time mattered. Oh my god. I am so sorry about that crit. Absolutely brutal for Kason, but I am definitely not complaining. Alright, the wide lens coming in clutch, baby. The wide lens coming in clutch. One of the biggest threats is dead, because that mom was seriously really terrifying. We could see Terra Electric Iron Leaves hit the field now. We could see Gren hit the field again. We could see maybe the Lando, maybe the Pelipper. Yeah, they're going to have a harder time switching into this Pokemon now, unless Iron Leaves is Terra Electric. So we are doing very well for ourselves right now. And yeah, if we can keep, if Iron Leaves Terras, that means Rapid Spin is a button I can click for free. So that's also very nice. Starting off strong. We're starting off very strong, getting rid of one of the biggest threats on the team. I am very okay with that. And yeah, Kason is definitely struggling now. I'm very curious to see what the rest of the set was. We're going to see Zion. That's going to be none other than Poliwrath. Very interesting. So I'm wondering if they're going to just click the Terra button with Poliwrath. I'm very curious as to why they clicked this. Let's see, Poliwrath. Let's see, I'm going to assume that you have Ice Punch. Let's see here, Ice Punch. Ice Punch! It only does 32 to 40, well, if you're, let's see, let's say you're Adamant. Ice Punch does 48 to 56%, Bleak Wind does 52 to 61%, and I will naturally outspeed you, so I think we're just going to click. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think. Why do I not switch? Why do I not switch? I think I just go for Bleak Wind. I'm gonna go for Bleak Wind. Oh, well, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, I mean, the good news is I don't think it'll matter too much. I think we can just not bring... I think all that needs to happen is Kason does need to switch into Archaludon because Archaludon is dead. I think nothing else has taken too much damage, so at the very least, this is fine. Greninja, nothing has taken damage. We can just go into Thundy and Poliwrath, and then we can just pretend that Kason's Archaludon is dead. Okay, so we are back. We just decided that that's what we're going to do. Poliwrath is going to come in. We're just going to pretend the Archaludon is dead. And yeah, so it's basically a 6v5. My opponent, we were talking a little bit, I was apologizing for the crit. They mentioned that they think I might be choiced. And he says, it's okay, I'm getting used to the crit now. That's funny. So that they might be choice. I also had the thought that they might be Assault Vest, so I'm going to go ahead and click Bleak Wind here. They might be Terra Ghosting here, which would also make sense. They don't know if I'm choiced or not, so that's very good intel to know. They know I'm not choice Scarf, because I didn't outspeed the Gren, but they might think I am choice, like, in something else. So that's kind of my thought process with that. I'm going to go ahead and just click Bleak Wind. They might think I'm, like, Specs, I guess I should say. So, yeah, they might think I'm Specs, we'll see. I don't think they'll think I'm choiced. They could be clicking Terra Ghost here, predicting the choice item, but if they do, that's fine. Bleak Wind is going to do a decent chunk of damage to this thing. If it's max defense, if it's max def and max HP, it, like, takes half. They are going to Terra, though, so we do see the Terra here. Is it going to be Terra Ghost? It is going to be Terra Water, actually. Okay, so that's fine. I'm okay with Terra Water. That also means Iron Leaves can't Terra, so this is fine. Let's see what they went for here. We're going to see a Liquidation. So they do outspeed me, and they're just firing off Choice Scarf Liquidation. That does half. We are going to go ahead. Our defense falls here. That's fine. We fire off our Bleak Wind. We reveal that we're not choiced. Let's see, that also is a decent chunk of damage as well. We do see their speed drop, that's perfect. Okay, so, let's see, that definitely seems like... Let's see, is that Assault Vest? No. No, it has to be Scarf, because they outspeed me. Oh, right, because they're Terra Water, that doesn't deal as much damage now. Yeah, you're right, I'm stupid. I'm a silly boy. I think you're gonna just click U-turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna click U-turn, because I outspeed them now, and nothing wants to switch in. Iron Leaves gets nuked by a U-turn, so this is phenomenal for me, that Iron Leaves is not the Terramon. So, I am very okay with this whole situation. Also, it gets nuked by, like, choice, like a Shadow Ball from, right, Raikou. I think I have Shadow Ball. Do I have Scald or Shadow Ball? I can't remember. I know I have Aura Sphere. I think I have Shadow Ball. Yeah, so I have Shadow Ball. I don't have Skull. So, yeah, we are kind of chilling right now. We are kind of doing the chilling. We are going to see the hard swap as we click U-turn. So I'm curious to see what Pokemon is going to switch in here. We're going to see Luca. That's going to be Numon. That's going to be Pelipper. So that's fine by me. I think I can just go... I think I could just threaten this thing out with Raikou, honestly. Is there a reason I don't threaten out with Raikou specifically? I guess I could also go Blastoise and click Yawn. I could also go into Frozen Steed. I think here what I do, I think here what I do, I could go with, I think I could just go Thundercats and just threaten, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, I think. We could also see a U-turn, actually. A U-turn would make sense, like a slow U-turn. We could see that. I think regardless, I value getting damage on this thing, so I think I will just go ahead and go into the obvious Thundercat switch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click Scald, because there's zero reason for me not to, I don't think. Yeah, I'm just going to click Shadow Ball here. And then the sooner we can get Ting-Lu in the set for the Sunny Day, the better. Obviously, spamming water moves is not going to be fun, and Swift Swim is a thing that exists too, so I have to be very careful with that. Poliwrath is not going to be able to absorb many hits that much longer, and Blastoise can wall it really well, and especially because I have Rain Dish as well, I can take advantage of the rain too, even. So I can play this very carefully. I can't go for the electric move here because Landorus exists, so there's no reason for me to go for the electric move. So Shadow Ball here is going to do a lot of damage to whatever wants to hit the field. I really think that Lando has to switch in here. Yeah, Landorus obviously has to switch in here. So we fire off the Shadow Ball here. We're going to see Giannis. That's going to be the Lando. I guess I could have doubled... Oh, wait, no, that's this thing. Very interesting. I guess that makes sense. We're going to see Booster Energy, probably Booster Speed. Yep, that is Booster Speed. That is fine by me. We're going to fire off a Shadow Ball. Bada bing, bada boom. And it's going to do a lot of damage. Boom! Nice. Did a lot of damage. Alright, and let's see here. Oh, God, don't disconnect again, please. Don't disconnect again. Please, 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 Gabe, please have mercy. Have mercy, Gabe, no. No! Alright, well, that's rough. Yeah, that's gonna rely on luck now. Alrighty, so we should be back at this point. We just decided to frick it, move to Showdown. So we are gonna see the Booster Speed. The Def Drop sucks, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Does that matter? Can we go again? Haha, let's see here. Yeah, lol. Okay, we should be back this time. Hopefully Poliwrath is... I don't like the fact that Poliwrath isn't as chipped, but it is what it is. Hopefully we don't get the Spadef drop this time. Oh my god. Alright, hopefully this time my Raikou doesn't just pop off. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, so, here's the situation. They're plus speed, let's see. Yeah, they're plus speed right now, so this is gonna be interesting. I don't know exactly what I want to switch into here. I will say I don't like the fact that Torn got nuked. I don't like that much. I'm trying to figure out what I want to switch in here. I think maybe what I should do, I think I should switch into Hawkeye and let that go down. Because ultimately, I don't think Hawkeye is going to be that useful. I mean, it could be useful against Lando, but I don't think... And, like, it's been great up until this point, but I don't know. I think... Yeah, this is a tough call. This is a very tough call. I could also let Big Bull go down, because ultimately, I think it's just going to be way too hard for me to get Big Bull in. So I think I'm going to go let Big Bull go down. And they could go for a Psychic move here. They could go for the Psychic move, so we'll see what they would go for here. And hopefully things go well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make the hard swap. Let's see what they went for here. They went for a Psyblade! Oh my god, that's massive. That is crazy. Holy crap. Okay, so I can just go for a Throat Chop and KO this thing. So I threaten this out. Yeah, I threaten this out easy with the Throat Chop. Throat Chop is very spammable by this point. I think... Do they let this go down is the question. I don't think... I think they will let this go down. I'm going to set the Sunny Day here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to set the Sunny Day. Just so that way... like, if Pelipper wants to come back in, or if Poliwrath wants to come in here, then that's great for me. Yeah, this should be fine. We should be okay here. That was crazy. I was wondering if they were going to click Psyblade as well, so I'm very glad that they did, because I didn't... Again, I figured Ting-Lu was the most sackable Pokemon in this game, because there's 3 water types and our Chaladon is dead, so I was like, that's just my best play for me to make, I think. Let's see what they ultimately go for here. They could stay in. They do stay in. They go for CC. That was a crit. Okay, at least they got a crit in return. So that's fine. We were going to set up a Sunny Day and call it a day. I think I want to try to set up a layer of spikes here. Yeah, I think I'm going to set up a layer of spikes now. I don't think they're going to go for SD. I think they're going to go for I think they're going to see the KO and go for it. They could go into Pelipper here, and if they do go into Pelipper, then that's fine. We are going to see another CC. That's fine. All right, so now I can just go into... I can go into Torn and I can just U-turn again, I think. Yeah, I can just go into Torn and U-turn. We did take a little bit more damage on Torn than I would have liked, but this should be fine. Let's see here. Tornadus Therian. Yeah, U-turn should always KO. I'm going for U-turn. Unless you're like max. Oh wow, that was a lot of damage. Holy crap. Well, now this always KOs for sure. So yeah, U-turn, bada bing, bada boom. That is a dead Mon. I think here, to force the Pelipper to not come in, I should go into my Thundercats. Yeah, I'm going to go into Thundercats here, so that way that forces Lando in. Because I want to get in a situation where I can kind of do alright. And yeah, this essentially forces Landorus to come in here. Or if they force Pelipper to come in, then we get chip on Pelipper with another Shadow Ball. Or I could even just predict the Lando switch and go into Volt Switch. So, yeah, this is fine. I'm okay with this. So they have to think about what they want to do here. I might go for a Volt Switch this time on the Pelipper. I think that's might be what I do. They are going to go into Lando here. So Lando is the switch. So they're probably going to either set up rocks or go for, like, a spin or something like that. Let's see here. Landorus, Therian. Let's see. Shadow Ball does not deal that much damage if you're max HP. Earth Power does a decent chunk of damage. I think here maybe I go into Hawkeye again, maybe, and then I just spam U-turn. I could also go into Frozen Steed, but I don't think I do that. I could also go into Best Friend, the Ogerpon. I could do that. I think here what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Hawkeye. I think we're going to go into Hawkeye. We're going to see a bulk up. Okay, so very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Here I think I have to go for a Psychic, unfortunately. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click Psychic here, and this should be okay. We have Ivy Cudgel on Ogerpon, so we do have to keep that in mind. I also have Surf on Blastoise, so we're doing okay. This isn't worst case scenario. And we outspeed with several Pokemon, so all we have to do is just chip this thing down. So we're doing okay. This is okay. We could see the Gren switch in here. I don't think they'll switch in Gren, though. Interesting that they just opted to go for the bulk up. I'm very curious about that play. Maybe I shouldn't have set up the Sun. Maybe I shouldn't have gone into Raikou. That might have been a bit of a misplay. I just didn't want the Pelipper to come in to get rid of the Sun immediately. We are going to see that we fire that off. We're going to see another bulk up. That's fine. I'm okay with that. The Harsh Sunlight faded. So I think here what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire off a Bleak Wind here. I landed every single Bleak Wind trying to recreate this, so hopefully this one lands. That would be very nice if this one landed. We're going to see. It should be 88%, so we should be able to land it. We will land it more likely than not, so, you know, that's all good too. We also see that this isn't Life Orb, or not Life Orb, we also see that this isn't Leftovers, so that's really good to know as well. So, yeah, and again, if we land this Bleak One, then this thing will have its speed dropped, which is a massive for the rest of my team, so, you know, we're kind of chilling here. So, yes, I think, yeah, this is the best play for me to make. I also still have Blastoise with Surf in the back, so we do land our Bleak Wind Storm here. And we're just going to see a third bulk up. So they have to attack me here, I think. I'm just going to get a little bit more chip off, I think. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to get a little bit more chip off. I'm going to go for a Psychic here. I'm going to let my Torn go down here. This is fine for me because now Raikou, I think, let's see, that did 37%. So yeah, you're probably, looks like you're max HP if I had to guess. So Raikou's Shadow Ball after this should KO Lando after a Psychic, and especially if we get like the drop, if we get the Spidef drop, then we're kind of chilling. So very interesting. They're going for Endure. Very interesting. Okay, so they might be trying to proc Custap. Okay, really well played there. So they proc Custap. Do I lose to that now? I might. That was a really good play. I don't think I lose to that. I think Gary can still finish this thing off. I'm gonna go for Psychic one more time. We're gonna see Outrage. Okay, so Outrage, Lando. Let's see your +3 Outrage versus my Blastoise. It should never KO. It should absolutely never KO. They went for Outrage. I can just go into Gary here, and then I can just go for, I could go for a Flip Turn. Can I go for a Flip Turn here? I don't know if I can. If it's... No, I can't. I can't go for Flip Turn here. I have to go for Surf, unfortunately. But they are locked. They are locked into it. So, yeah, Outrage, nope, that's fine. And I get confused afterwards. Surf, Lando is dead. That's fine. I'm okay with losing Torn here. So now it's just the Water types. It's literally just the Water types. My Volt Switch on Raikou is very spammable. If I can get a Trailblaze up with Ogerpon, that's amazing for me. I don't need Trailblaze at this point, but it would be very nice, especially for the Gren. So if Pelipper is the switch here, I might go for like a Yawn or something like that. I'm expecting maybe the Poliwrath to be the swap here. I think that makes the most sense, especially with Water Absorb. We could also see Pelipper switch in here too. That would also make sense. So this is okay. We're doing okay. If the Poliwrath comes in, I just click Yawn. I think I stay in. I could also go into... Honestly, I could even go into Ogerpon. I could also just go into Ogerpon. I think Pelipper is going to come in, though. I think that's my assumption, anyways, that it's going to be the Pelipper. So I think if Pelipper comes in, I just click Yawn. I don't think there's a reason for me to not. If Gren comes in, okay, it is going to be the Pelipper. I think here I can just click the Yawn, right? I think I can just click Yawn. They could double here. I don't think they will. I don't want to be destroyed by a Hurricane, so I think I'm just going to click Yawn. Blastoise is more of a passive Pokemon at this point, especially because of the fact that the Poliwrath could have Water Absorb, so I don't want to just click Water moves versus it. We are going to see the Hurricane. They do pick up the KO here, but this gives me a very free switch into my Thundercats, and I can just go for a Volt Switch. Volt Switch will always KO this thing. Honestly, I could even just click T-Bolt. Is there a reason I don't click T-Bolt? Let's see here. Terra Water, Poliwrath. Assuming you are, like, more often... Let's see. You're in the rain. You're probably Swift Swim. Let's see. Let's see here. Liquidation. Yep, Liquidation. It's a 67 to 79% to Raikou in the rain. Let's see, if you are max attack, it has a chance to KO. Okay, if you're max attack adamant, it has a chance to KO. Do I think you're max attack adamant? I don't know. I think I just clicked Thunderbolt here. Yeah, okay. So this thing goes down. Okay. So, yeah, Raikou picks up the KO against Pelipper. I think if Poliwrath comes in, I stay in. Oh, it's gonna be Gren. Very interesting. I was not expecting the Gren. Oh, we're gonna see a T-Spikes here, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna see a T-Spikes. I'm gonna go ahead into Frozen Steed here. I think we're gonna see a T-Spikes. I'm gonna switch out Raikou here. I think that's my best play to make. That's what I think is gonna happen here. We're gonna see, we're gonna see Toxic Spikes and your Terra Poison. Yep, that's why I wanted to do that. Okay, so now I just Terrastalize. I think I can just spam Terra Blast at this point, right? I can just spam Terra Blast. Yeah, Terra Electric, Terra Blast. There's no reason for me not to. I'm just going to go ahead and Terra. We're going to see a Surf here. It's not going to deal that much damage. Terra Blast, bada bing, bada boom. That does a lot of damage. We're going to get some HP recovery. And we're going to just fire it off again because I can and I want to. Poliwrath doesn't want to tank it. Greninja's going to die here. Raikou is chipped, which is great. Poliwrath is going to be the win con here. And Poliwrath might not be able to KO Glastrier from this range. I'm very curious. Liquidation, Terra Water in the rain. It might not KO, actually. I think we might just KO it in return. That's kind of what it's looking like right now. So I'm just going to go for a Terra Blast one more time. I kind of wish I got the chance to show off the Iron Defense Body Press tech, but it is what it is. It would be really cool if we got to show that off, but, you know, it is what it is. This is definitely the right play for me, the right swap for me to make on that T-Spike, though, so that was very smart. But yeah, GG's to my opponent. I think it's definitely not over yet. They could get a high roll, they could get a crit, they could get a lot of bad things. They are Terra Water. It depends on the item. I think it depends on the item. They're Scarf. We know they're Scarf because they outsped. So it must be Water Absorb then. It actually must be Water Absorb. So they go for the Liquidation, they don't KO. Terra Blast KOs the return. GG's to K-Son. GG's fam. What a well-played game. Let's go! Alright, 3-2, massive win for us as well. Not only did we win Rivals Week this week, we also are doing much better in the playoff standings now at 3-2. So this is a very great lead, or very great victory for us. I will gladly take it. So GG's to my opponent. What a well-played game. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed this crazy video, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!